Hi, everyone. This is Erica from In the Company of Cards. Welcome. Welcome back. Welcome to my new subscribers. Thank you all so much for your support. I really appreciate it. So, um, this will be brief. This is Wednesday, and Wednesday is the day that I usually write my Substack article. If you're not following me on Substack, it's free. I'd love it if you would. It's also called In the Company of Cards, so that makes it easy. But I thought I would also do a video in addition to writing about whatever the cards decide to show me this afternoon. And so the first question that I'd like to look at. So today is meant to be a day of protest. Those who are not out in the streets apparently were, it was suggested that we wear blue to show our support, hence my blue. Somebody said that they missed my shell yesterday. It's always here. Sometimes maybe flip to the back, but but it's here. Um, and so, in regard to these protests, the question that was asked, these are all sort of local protests in various cities around the country. Uh, and instead of some big, huge thing somewhere, because the fear would be that 47 would declare martial law, that it would give him an opportunity to declare martial law. I don't think I need to ask whether he would declare martial law, because of course he would. But the question is, and this is maybe not only for today, but moving forward, because people are starting to mobilize, which is great. Um, will the army uh, will the army obey? Will they comply uh, if and when 47 were to declare martial law? Okay, so let's look. Would the army comply? We know he has his sort of paramilitary groupies, and they would certainly jump at the chance. But would the military comply? I'm just going to let Spirit pick the cards. I don't foresee him declaring martial law in this moment as a result of whatever happens today. But, that's not to say that things won't happen in the future. Okay. I'm going to say that no, I don't think the army would comply. We have the sun, we have this younger man, we have the tower, we have the woman, and we have the lily. So the sun, it's a great card. This is, him wanting people to comply. This is also his paramilitary, those sort of wannabe incel types who would be happy to call themselves uh, martial law keepers. In the middle, we have the tower. And remember that the military is not meant to follow illegal orders. And God knows 47 is great at giving illegal orders. So that this is the army saying, yeah, is that legal? And wanting not to fire on its own people, meaning American citizens. This is a very yin card. It's a card of sort of peace and also passivity. And then we have the lily, which is also a card of peace, calm, etc. So I suspect uh, were he to call martial law in the foreseeable future, I don't think that the army would comply. I think his people would comply. Like I don't know, the people that he let out of jail, who should still be in jail for their participation in January 6th, they would all come out and they would be more than willing to be deputized. But in terms of the army, I don't think so. I don't think so. Even with his man Hegseth at the head, um, I think that there are a lot of career military people who will say, "This is not on my watch. I won't allow this." Okay. Um, Now, the Dems are back in session. If you have not seen it yet, you should check out AOC's sort of call to action, I'm going to call it, call to action. It's on her Instagram, and you should see it. It's like an hour and a half, but really worth watching. And one of the things that she apprised us of is that as of yesterday, the Congress is back in session. We know that 47 did a lot of his dirt in the dark when Congress was not in session. Now they're back in session, and you can see rumblings amongst the Democrats. I know that one of the things that happened was that the Democrats asked for a subpoena to be issued to Musk, and the Republicans squashed it. They said, yeah, no, we're not going to help you issue this subpoena. Now, remember what a subpoena is. A subpoena is an order for him to appear before the Congress and explain his actions, because who's on first around here? Nobody knows what he's doing and what's going on. We can only anticipate the worst uh, in terms of what he and his very young minions are up to in our treasury system and our Social Security system, Medicaid, Medicare, all of that. But the Republicans said, yeah, no, he can't be subpoenaed. We won't agree to that. So another thing that the Democrats have decided to do is to try and slow walk the confirmation process of those candidates who have yet to be confirmed. That would include, of course, Kennedy and Gabbard, as well as Richard Vogt, I think his name is Richard, the proposed head of the OMB, the Office of what is it? Office of mm, it's the budget office. The budget office. Will that plan to slow walk, and we know what slow walking looks like, right? Remember back when McConnell slow walked the confirmation hearings for Garland. I mean, not that Garland proved to be any prize, let me just add, but that was under um, Obama. So will this slow walking of 47's nominees help at all? Remember, he can all he has to do is just name them acting, blah, 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 right? But will that help? Will the slow walking help? So I'm going to let Spirit choose these cards as well. Will the slow walking of the final confirmation votes for 45's nominees, his cabinet nominees, will that help our cause? Or what will be the effect? I guess is maybe the question. Well, I mean, I kind of like this. We have clouds, we have letter, we have tree. The tree is a very slow card. We have the young woman, and we have coffin. You know, it's better than nothing, is what I'm going to say. I like seeing that tree in the middle. Uh, clouds, it gives some time for senators who are not in favor of Gabbard and Kennedy to lobby their fellow senators to cast some doubt on these nominees and possibly be the death knell for these nominations. So this is a hopeful sign. It's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. These are votes, the Senate votes to confirm or not these candidates. And there's not a whole lot that the Democrats can do at this point, but they can slow walk the process, filibuster, etc. And in that time, hopefully sow seeds of doubt that are even stronger seeds than the ones that are already there. Um, that might help. So that's good. All right. Now, I know that a lot of people are still pinning their hopes on March and a March renaissance of Kamala Harris's stolen um, presidency. So I would just like to look at Harris's plans. What are Harris's plans for the next, we'll say, 6 months? What are her plans? So I'm going to use the older woman for her, and we'll see what's around her. Okay, so we're looking for the older woman. That will stand for Harris. She pops right up. And we're looking to see what are her plans moving forward. Let's say the next 6 months. We have birds. We have the anchor. There's Harris, fish, and key. I think there are a lot of meetings being held. I know she's formed a new organization to look at what her next steps should be, and that would be these people meeting. I think that she will stay in California. That's what I think. Here she is. I think it's about raising money and the key, figuring out what is the best next step. These two cards are mirrored together. She's not doing this by herself. This is by committee of supporters and friends and family who will help her come up with this. And she's solidifying her financial position. I suspect she will run for governor. That's what I think. I can ask the cards that specific question. Will Harris be running for governor? She will not be in the White House in 6 months. That much I know. But will she run for governor of California? So there's a 6 card spread that I do. You won't understand the words, but that's okay. It's in my book. Um, so I'm going to pull 3 cards that will act as what we call houses. And then 3 cards that are in the houses. This is a yes-no spread. And again, this is not a teaching channel. I'm just being nice by saying, Okay, so will she run for governor? We have the coffin in the house of the anchor. We have the young man in the house of the cross. We have the bear in the house of the older man. The coffin mirrors the older man. Yeah, I'm going to say she's going to run for governor. That's what I think. So, great. I live in California. Please do run for governor. We love that. The next question, and maybe this will be the last one that I'll look at since I do need to go write my Substack piece, is that I did a 3 month. You can go back and look. I don't do playlists or anything because that skill is above my pay grade for now. But I did a 3 month video that looked at the first 3 months of 47's tenure. And at the time, what I saw was the first month looking exactly the way it looks. Horrible for us, shock and awe, just one gut punch after the other. So, okay, there's that. Second month, I saw kind of more of the same. And of course, we are in that second month now, February. The month started January 20th. So month 2 will now go to February 20th. And then month 3 will take us to March 20th. Now, the thing is, we are now a month in, right? Almost a month in, getting there. What I saw when I did that previous reading, and you can go back and look at it, what I saw in that third month was very different from what I saw month 1 and month 2. In month 3, I saw that 47 was really at in great peril. And of course, peril can come from any number of directions, right? Uh, I'm sure that the Arab nations are not thrilled about him saying that America was going to take over Gaza and turn it into a Riviera. Oh my God. Anyway, so they're not thrilled. Uh, a lot of people are not thrilled, including a lot of MAGA people who have not seen the prices go down, who have seen the workers in their fields be rounded up. And then there's his own personal physical self, which I think is deteriorating at quite the rate. So I think not good things are coming for him. And I'm gonna say between March 15th, I'm gonna say, and May 15th. So March, April, May. And so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at March, April, May. So I'm gonna do it one at a time. And so this might be a little longer than I thought it was. So we're gonna look for what what does 47's trajectory look like, health-wise and safety-wise, starting in March? And I'm going to pull using the older man as him. I'm going to do that 3 times, but this time we are talking about March. Okay. So let's see how his March looks for him. Okay, so we're looking for the older man. Okay, so this is 47 in March. I don't think I need to pull more than 5 cards. I'm hoping, just for the sake of brevity. But this is his March. We have the ring, we have the house, we have 47, we have this young woman, and we have mice. I don't think anything cataclysmic happens with him, to him, for him in March. However, what I do think is he stays anxious. You know, he spouts all this stuff out of his mouth, but really other people are running the show, right? Like Musk. So he and Teal and he is he's uncomfortable. And to the point even where I feel like this ring, which is never this is not a traditional meaning, but it feels to me very noose-like around his neck. Just the pressure on him is getting stronger and stronger. The fourth card is this passive card. So he's just saying, somebody tells him jump and he says how high. He's being owned and run and schooled. He gets to give these big pronouncements, sure, but they go nowhere. The US is not taking over Gaza, just saying. Now, the house, I feel like this is his physical self. And again, that his physical self also feels vulnerable and weakened. This is very yin energy, and I think that that's how he's going to feel. So that's March. All right, I'm just going to put these cards back in the deck, and I'm going to reshuffle, and then we're going to look at him again, this time in April. So what will April be like? And we're looking really at his physical and mental health status. And that can be, again, illness, or it can be another attempt, you know what I mean? But now we are looking at April. And April is where I saw before things getting really hairy for him. Whether it's a stroke, whatever. Let's see what April brings. So again, same deal. We're going to look for 47 in the deck and see how he is doing in April. So there he is in April. Oh, okay. Remember, I said to you, if you've not seen that video, go check it out. I saw something happening in April, and I definitely see something happening in April. So we have the child, we have Clover, we have 47, we have the heart, and we have the scythe. And if you've been with me long enough, you know what I'm going to say about these two cards. Whatever happens will be something new that comes out of the blue and comes on him fast. We love to think that Clover is always happy and good lucky and all that, but no, sometimes it just means quick, fast, and in a hurry. Something comes on him fast. I think it will be a heart event, a cardiac event. That's what I think. Now, I will say this with child here, it's something new, yes, but it could be something small. So I'm not saying it's going to fell him in that ultimate way that one can be felled by a cardiac event, if you know what I mean. I'm not saying that, but it will be the beginning of the end for him. This is not good. Well, I mean, for him, it's not good. Let me draw some clarifiers on this. Yeah, these are really interesting cards. So here we have his heart, we have the birds, the fox, and the coffin. This is the heart, he has a heart attack, I suspect. People gathering and planning. This is this Project 2025, all those people. If Musk is still around, and we can look at that another time, but these are people planning for whatever eventuality will come. These are people who are, professional professionals trying to undo the government and remake it in the image that they'd like to have it remade in because they're anticipating his demise. And then we have Scythe, which is what tells me it's a heart attack. And we have the letter, the snake, and the rider. So he has this event. The diagnosis or prognosis is not good, and that's the message that we get. I also think he could be rendered mentally uh, even less with it than he is, because I can mirror this with this. You know, blood flow to the heart. We're also talking about blood flow to the brain. It could be a stroke that affects his mental capacity. But if you have a heart attack, it can also affect your mental capacity. So this is not good for him. And this, as I said, is what I see for April. Um, I said I would look at May, so let's look at May. Uh, Melania will want to know in case she has to pick her designer for her widow's outfit, entertainment purposes only. So we're looking at 47's health in May. We saw that in March, he's under huge, huge stress. We saw that in April, he may well have a cardiac event or stroke. And now I'm going to look at May. Same deal. I'm just going to look for the card that represents him. Hold on, sorry. Sorry, I just saw the DoorDasher and I wanted to tell my partner that lunch is here. Okay, so let's look. May. Same deal. We're going to look for the same card, 47. See how he's doing in May. Okay, here he is. Okay, so we have the house, the sun. Here's 47, mice, and bear. If he is still alive, he will be much diminished. And it will be like, it makes me think of Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol. Do you remember where where they were measuring for the curtains to steal his stuff uh, before he was even dead, Ebenezer Scrooge. They were already, rearranging the furniture and stealing his stuff and all of that. So I think that if it doesn't do him in, he will be considered um, damaged goods and will be treated accordingly. So, stay tuned. Okay, more next time. Take care, everybody. Like, share, subscribe. Bye bye.